Good afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Jake Eilander.
Mr. Eilander, I have here a document entitled Notification of Rights. Were you able to read and understand that?
Yeah.
And did you sign that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you see and hear the video explaining your rights to you?
I didn't see a video, but I heard part of the video.
Do you have any questions about your rights in this matter?
No.
I have here your application for an attorney at public expense. I reviewed that and I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Mr. Sosa is here today from the Public Defender's Office for that purpose.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is case number CR10-22-3042. You are here today because you've been charged with a violation of Idaho Code Section 18-4001 2, murder 2. That carries with it a maximum penalty of 10 years to life in prison, a $50,000 fine, and restitution. That's a minimum of 10 years in prison. Do you have any questions about what you've been charged with or the potential penalties? All right, your next hearing will be a preliminary hearing.
In front of Judge Waka Dennert, April 13th at 1 p.m.
Will be April 13th at 1 o'clock. It will be very important for you to stay in touch with your attorney prior to that time. The next matter we have to take up is the matter of bond or release. Let me hear from the state and then I'll hear from the defense. Ms. Bean?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is concerned in the amount of bond, would perhaps ask for something higher in the amount of approximately $500,000. Recognizing $250,000 is a significant amount, but this is a serious crime. I've seen $250,000 on a trafficking case, which is also serious, but this one actually did result in the death of an individual. Evaluating the factors under Rule 46, the court can properly consider the strength of the state's case, and I can let the court know that we do have video of the event, video of Mr. Eilander leaving the scene. As far as the other factors in Rule 46, it's the state's information through checking through Lieutenant John Marley that this defendant is currently homeless. He put that he's living with his father on his pretrial services report. The state has different information that he was living out of his vehicle, perhaps parking that occasionally in the Walmart parking lot or in an area off of Grizzly Avenue. Based on a status of being homeless, he could possibly, with no connections and easily leave the area, he could be homeless anywhere but Bonneville County. That would be an easy situation to just continue that status in a different area. He has active cases in 2 counties that prior to this event, and he has a previous charge not very long ago, I believe in 2018, out of Montana, showing he does have the ability to travel and has spent time in other areas. So with those factors under Rule 46, the state would ask that the court increase bond to $500,000. Thank you.
I thank you, Mr. Sosa.
Thank you, Judge. While we appreciate the state's argument, we believe comparing Mr. Eilander's case to a trafficking case or something like that is really not for this court to consider, because this court has to focus on the individual and his circumstances. But turning to Idaho Criminal Rule 46C, particularly factors 2, 3, and 4, we would note that Mr. Eilander is local. He does have family in the area that would assure his appearance at court. I've spoken with Mr. Eilander, and from his criminal record, while I would turn the court's attention to the pretrial services summary, he only has 2 active felony cases, just a simple possession, perhaps one of the more lighter felonies, and the spectrum of everything. And so with all of that, Your Honor, we certainly believe that he is not a flight risk. He does not have a abnormally poor character, and so we'd be requesting the court either leave on set at $250,000 or reduce it to $200,000. Thank you.
All right, thank you. In determining bail or release, I have to consider Idaho Code Section 19-2904 and the reasons for bail or release, and those factors are ensuring the appearance of the defendant, ensuring the integrity of the court process, including the right of the defendant to bail as constitutionally provided, ensuring the protection of victims and witnesses, and ensuring public safety. Idaho Criminal Rule 46C also has to be considered, and the factors to be considered there are the defendant's employment status and history and financial condition. Mr. Eilander is self-employed, as he says, an arborist, making approximately $600 per month. The nature and extent of his family relationships. Apparently he has a father here according to the pretrial services report, but I don't have any information about any other family relationships. Factor 3 is the past and present residences. He is either homeless or perhaps hoping to live with his father, whose address he did not know. His character and reputation, I don't have any information about that right now. The persons who agreed to assist in his defense, or to assist him in attending court, I don't have any information about that factor. Number 6 is the nature of the current charge and any mitigating or aggravating factors that may bear on the likelihood of conviction and the possible penalty. This is a very serious charge. An aggravating factor is that there are apparently recordings of the actual event, and also, having read the probable cause statement, there appears to be very little motivation for the crime. Factor 7 is a prior criminal record, and while Mr. Eilander's criminal record is not significant, it does include charges in Montana, pending felony charges in Jefferson County and in Bonneville County for possession of a controlled substance. So it's of great concern to the court that he currently has 2 pending felony charges. And so that also bears on factor number 8, which is any factors indicating the possibility of violations of law if released without restrictions. This will be the 3rd pending felony that Mr. Eilander has had since March of 2020. And then I have to consider any other facts tending to indicate his strong ties to the community and what reasonable restrictions, conditions, and prohibitions could be placed on Mr. Eilander's activities, movements, associations, and residences. So considering all those factors, I am going to raise bond to the amount of $350,000. If bond is posted, Mr. Eilander will also have to report to pretrial services for a drug and alcohol evaluation. He will have to refrain from using any alcohol or illegal drugs. He will not be able to leave Bonneville County, and he will have to wear an ankle monitor. Those conditions exist only if he post bond Mr. Eilander. All right, anything else, Ms. Bean?
No, Your Honor.
Any clarifications, Mr. Sosa?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything I've overlooked, Madam Clerk?
No.
All right. Then you can be, Mr. Eilander, do you have any questions for me about anything we've gone over here today?
So how much would I have to pay actually to get out on bond then?
You would have to take that up with a bail bondsman. I've set bond in the amount of $350,000, but I don't know what a bail bondsman would charge you for that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Could I talk with my attorney?
Yes, you'll have to call from the jail and make an appointment with, are you going to be the assigned attorney, Mr. Sosa?
I'm not sure yet, Your Honor.
All right, you'll have to call, make an appointment with the public defender's office, and then they'll talk to you there. I can't have you talk to them here in arraignments. We don't have the technology for that.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you can be excused.